Mark, there's an extra survey for you.
LocalWorks, January 22nd meeting, now starting up. Let's, anyone want to adopt the agenda?
I move to adopt the agenda.
I'll second.
Okay. The meetings from last week, did anyone want to add that? We got those in the email from the last meeting. Everything looked good. Okay. Let's welcome guests. Mark, see Mark?
Yes. Siobhan or Siobhan?
Siobhan, thanks for inviting me.
Spell it again. C-H-O?
C-H-A.
B-A-N.
Yep.
Any other comments? Public speak? Comments?
Wait, do we accept the minutes from last? We did?
You can review the tape if you want to do it.
Gotcha.
Keep this moving.
I'm sorry, who made the motion?
Review the tape. What?
Okay.
I think
I'll make a motion to accept them.
Okay.
Okay.
Second.
Okay.
No, you have to ask for one. You should ask for both.
Vote.
In favor.
Okay. Let's move on to the old business.
Okay.
So, survey, Ben, you got...
Yeah, so I just distributed to everyone the survey. There was some, this would, if the committee decides that we want to publish it in the Gazette, this double-sided 11 by 17 would be the format that we could use for it. It's roughly $1,000 to get it to everyone in East Hampton, all the households in East Hampton for the summit.
Would they just do the East Hampton, or would they do East Hampton, Southampton, West Hampton?
I think they do it by zip code, so go East Hampton and West Hampton. So that's approximately 11,000 people, 11,000 households that receive it, or businesses. And so for about $1,000, it's 10 cents a survey.
How would it be distributed? That's a record.
We would send it to the summit, and they would do the distribution for us.
That would cost?
About $1,000. And I discussed this with Jessica, our planning director. She thinks that it's appropriate use of funds. We have it in our budget for just this type of thing. So that it should, go through the committee.
so. An insert.
It would be this insert folded the other way.
Now, does that include them printing it?
Yep, they'll print it and fold it and insert it into the summit and distribute it or mail it, however they do it. So, it's
Okay.
And then we'll do the Survey Monkey as well,
yeah.
and also Council on Aging.
Yeah, and then we'd have to, we should have places where they can drop it off, in addition to where they can mail it. There's some space here at the bottom and so we should probably also discuss where we're going to be going to collect the surveys. Because if we're saying that if we have a place to drop them off and pick them up, then we need to go there somewhat regularly to...
I have an idea. If we just create a box to drop them in at the Council on Aging, they can be in our office mailed back.
Okay.
Or
But for
we can just
people
go
where that's
collect
not
them.
convenient, we should have a little bit.
There should be one at Big E's, there should be something
Eastworks,
maybe at Eastworks, we did something at...
Well, can they be
the old town
just
hall.
dropped off here, like in the box outside?
Yeah, but we should have other locations as well.
But because, here's my rationale is that that's 24/7, the box, like the city clerk box.
Yeah.
It's 24/7, no postage required.
Right.
So,
There could be
So
several boxes.
if, in addition to that,
Right.
if this box here that's 24/7 is inconvenient, it would be nice if someone could also drop them off where they work at Eastworks or when they're shopping at Big E, something like that as well, in addition.
so Big E's, Council on Aging.
What are the census boxes? Aren't there census boxes to return your survey around the city? Or is
think so.
I don't think
Not the bank, East Hampton Savings.
It's just a bank, right?
But what about having stacks of these available at certain events like ECA,
Well, these are
art walks, so people can pick it up, do it right there on the spot, and return it if they're at an event?
You could try it. 50
That's what I was
minutes is a long
thinking.
time.
I mean, I think if we're mailing it, if it's going to every household and business in the city, and we have it online,
Yeah, I don't think we need to do.
do we need?
I mean, we could at the Council of Aging, if there's not everyone there getting paper, but I don't think we need to have stacks elsewhere.
Well, I believe the way it works, if they don't get the newspaper, it gets mailed to the household.
Right.
Right.
And if they don't open the newspaper, they throw it out.
Right.
But
Why don't we decide if we actually want to put it in the newspaper first, and then we'll know if we want drop-off locations and all that. We don't have to spend time on it if we're not going to do it.
Well, I think if there's, okay, we can do that.
As far as what about the Survey Monkey? I know that's the second one, but to get this together, what about advertising in the summit first? Like, go to LocalWorks website to take the survey and do that for a couple weeks to see if we get, to advertise it without the $1,000 cost. Do we have an update on getting that Survey Monkey?
I contacted the principal of the high school, and he never got back to me. So I think we should, if we decide to do the Survey Monkey, we should go the route of getting our own account,
Okay.
doing it that way. But we made an effort to reach out, and
So that's not going to working through them.
it doesn't look like it. They're sort of,
Inundated.
So
doing their own
didn't
thing.
we already decide to do Survey Monkey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we decided to have our own.
We need to have our
Not
own.
piggyback on anyone else's.
yep.
Okay, so we need to do that.
I would say that we should maybe I should wait until the next section, but I think today we should make the motion to go ahead and do it.
Okay, so let's do that. And then, do we want to advertise that online version first before doing the paper version? Or how are we going to coordinate the rollout of the survey?
Hit them all at once.
Yeah, I mean, I think you put this we'll do this once in the summit, and we can have forums and places for people to pick them up. And online, we'll have the Survey Monkey, and it'll say, I think it says right at the beginning here, yeah, so you can go to the website to fill it out.
Guess what I'm thinking is, you put that in the paper, the insert in there goes once. Why not get some word out about it? So maybe the week or two beforehand, there's an ad in the summit saying, go online. And then the next week it goes in the summit, and then the week after there's another ad saying, reminder, you got this survey, please go online if you didn't get it last week. So we get as much buzz out there as possible.
I think it's a good idea. Get buzz it in previous and after.
Right.
I don't think that would be in lieu of
Cost-wise.
anything else though.
I can, if you want to give me, I can go and pull up the
rate sheet.
rate sheet.
Maybe for $1,000 they would throw in a small.
Yeah.
It's worth asking.
Well, their ads, I feel, well, let me just, it'll take me a few minutes to grab it, but we can have an informal
What about
discussion.
sending out a press release that we're in the
Yeah.
process
Right.
of doing?
Yeah. It's a good
To
idea.
be on the lookout.
Right, there's many different ways we have to get the word out, the better.
We can put a calendar announcement on the television too.
There you go.
We can also put, like after city government meetings, a little blurb that says, please fill out the local survey and a web address.
That's a good idea.
I feel,
Put a pen.
I feel very silly right now. I have them in my car, I'm just not gonna go get one.
Can we, well, that is out, I know it's not exactly on the agenda, but it was something that was required of me at the last meeting about someone from this committee going to one of our chamber board meetings.
Okay.
Well, this has to do with the LocalWorks itself. We're also.
Yeah, but I'll go.
Sound like-
The LocalWorks.
to explain this, I don't know if it should be, I don't know if they're looking for the chair or the co-chair, let's be honest with you, Ken, that's something.
To do what to the chamber?
Well, we're talking about making a presentation to the chamber board, as you recall last meeting.
Yeah, I wanted to try and raise their confidence level, raise the chamber's confidence level in LocalWorks and more specifically in the LocalWorks website, so that we could get the chamber to put their endorsement and
Right,
sponsorship
right.
back on there.
What Pat said, looking for an update on the group's progress and how they feel the chamber's endorsement would benefit LocalWorks. 15 to 20 minutes, our meeting's on the February 13th, Wednesday.
That's a great idea. I mean, any more thoughts?
Sounds like a good idea.
I don't know, I was just going to make a presentation to the chamber board. That's like,
Well, if that's the case, then either Matt or Josh should go. Yeah, I think that would be appropriate.
Okay, I mean, I'm happy to go.
Okay. What time is it at?
is that noon?
You don't mind going?
No. Will you send me an email about that?
I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to.
Should I add that into the old business?
I'm very sorry, but
You know what, I'm going to put it under public speak.
Yeah. That was public.
Okay.
You spoke.
I'm sorry, I just thought, well, Ben was
That was
gone.
good use of.
Okay, I will email you, Josh.
Thanks.
And my apologies.
So we're back with
Tell me
the...
the meeting date again, February?
13th.
13th at noon, about 15 minutes. Well, I agree at the beginning of the meeting, so we don't have to stick around for the whole show.
Okay.
That seems pretty reasonable price range for
Yeah,
30 to, you know, we don't need the largest one, I guess. $91 for the biggest one.
I mean, I think even that is easy, you know. Please fill out local survey, you know.
Right.
Address.
Put the logo on there, maybe. LocalWorks.
Do you wanna take a shot at the
copy.
a 2x2 ad?
Okay, I don't have a lot of good graphics programs, but I can, Josh was good at that.
Yeah.
Give it column size.
Yeah.
2x2.
So it's not,
Two columns.
it's 2 columns, but it's not 2 inches by 2.
2 columns by 2 inches.
Yeah, it looks about 3 inches or so, maybe a little wider.
Business card size?
5 minutes.
Bigger than normal, just a little.
It's almost 4 inches.
Right,
Columns
let's
almost.
just go for that size then.
Does anyone have a copy of the summit?
Down with me.
I usually have that with me all the time.
I mean, it'd be helpful. I mean, I feel like sometimes when I've seen it, there are a bunch of ads, all really like dense, and you don't really. I never look at the ads.
Can we get it in color?
I don't think they do it in color.
I don't think they do it
I
yet.
think the front page is in
Only the
color,
front.
And that's it.
and I don't know that they
I'm
have.
not sure.
I don't remember seeing ads in color.
Did you talk with Anzalone or?
It's gonna. I mean, if it was in color, it would go up. I'm assuming that these are not the front page ad
So
prices.
what about public service announcements on the radio saying, watch your summit for watch next week's summit for the survey?
I'm just curious, would a radio allow?
Well, it's not quite
Watch them.
competition.
Yeah, I suppose.
But which radio stations would you?
FCR, for one.
The reach of those stations is much larger than the reach of the survey.
That's true. That's true.
So, I mean,
I would think something more like a
Right.
river would be.
Right. Or two, yeah.
I mean,
HMP.
I don't know any radio stations that are.
If we could get other groups that are our partners to maybe tweet out about it, that might be helpful too, like the ECA and the
Well, Facebook
Chamber.
it, yeah.
Facebooking it,
Facebook
that's
it.
probably gonna help.
Okay, well, we need to decide, I think, when we're running it.
Right.
Because getting these advertisements in, if we want to do a press release that someone writes an article about it, all these things are gonna take time, and we want them to coincide with the survey. We don't really want to.
We say in terms of timing that one of the steps would also be to have other people look at it before it's released, like
Yeah.
specifically the EDIC. and
Well,
the
I mean,
chamber.
I can PDF this and I can send it out to everyone and get a response. It won't be on the Survey Monkey because that's,
No, we don't want it there yet. No, so let's do a PDF, send it to ECA Plus, Chamber, and EDIC, and ask for input in a week's time. If you have input, please get it to us by close of business.
do we really want that many people looking at it before we, I mean,
I don't know. We had talked about it.
well, I thought the idea was just to get the EDIC to look at it. But if we're gonna send it out to all of the,
Well, how do
I'm-
Eric and Denise feel about it, being the representatives of the Chamber and ECA Plus?
We were gonna have them tested as well.
We're gonna test it. I don't know if we talk about them looking through it or not. I don't recall.
Not for like edits and things
Okay,
like that.
Right,
no.
because it could be open, the estimate could be open at the can of worms.
That's true.
right,
Not that it would be bad, but how much do you want to hold up the process?
Well, when you say cannibal, like.
Well, what I'm saying is that revisions and things like that would have to be gone through again and again.
I mean, if we look at this now, I mean, is everyone comfortable with the way it looks now? And other than the fact that it opens the wrong direction.
I think it's fine.
Do we want to tweak any of the wording in the at the beginning? Okay. No, I'm just
Sure.
Get deep behind me.
Can you get the logo on here somewhere at the bottom corner, or?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, for PDF.
And the website?
Well, we may have that space maybe taken up by drop locations.
Okay.
I think we need to have the logo and the website address on
The
the
website
survey.
is here, but it could be maybe more than one place.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm thinking like footer, header, footer type of
Right.
thing.
Okay.
Like logo, www.localworks
Mhm.
East Hampton.
Logo.
Could be mentioned that it's also available online in more than one place then.
Okay.
What size font is this?
I believe it's 11. So
11?
it's like, I think it's Cambria 11.
If we went to 10, it might give us a little bit more,
Well, you don't need more?
except for drop-off locations and the logo.
Couldn't you put the logo right here on this page? Where it's listed the address? It'll be the last page.
Personally, I would like to have the logo at the beginning.
I kind of agree.
If we only have it in one place. I mean, I look at a size 10 font, I can read it. Most people will need glasses to read it.
Yeah, especially the ones getting dropped off at the.
And if it's going to,
That's true.
Well, see if you can fit everything that's been added.
yeah, I
More
would,
than we have to.
yeah.
We have to.
But
The only thing,
I can remove some lines from the comments section, and, we can make things squeeze a little bit in other places.
Looks good though.
let's
Good job.
give just a little more room for name and address, like
Yeah.
maybe 1.5 space
Yeah.
that. Because we don't want to be going through this going like, what's that?
Yep.
What street? That looks good though, I think it looks great.
So you will then, after you add these things, you'll make PDFs and share it with the EDIC members?
If that's what we want to do.
Any ideas?
I mean, are we just asking them to test it for us to make sure that, and report back if they have any questions?
Well, since we are a subcommittee of them,
Right.
well, since we're a subcommittee of the EDIC,
Yeah, we
I
should see
might
it.
felt that pretty strongly that they have the ability to make comments on it, on the content. So, and he said that last week, or last meeting. Did he? I think he said that, didn't he? I got the impression that he felt, as a subcommittee of that group, that they should
I'm
have.
saying that, but it makes sense.
That makes sense.
I don't know how the subcommittee came about and what roles were assigned to the subcommittee when this group started.
Oh, I don't know. But it kind of makes sense though, that we're part of them, that they should have some input.
Input? At this point? Who's doing that?
I know. I know, I'm just trying to keep us out of hot water.
Well,
I
when
haven't seen
we're on the EDIC, what did they say?
We didn't, well, I wasn't there last week. You know, I'm not specifically sure. I think I did say we would run it by you for input.
Well, I think we said that we wanted them to test it for us. That's what I remember posing it to them.
Well, we can all test it. I mean,
But we've all seen it so many times that
Right.
it's nice to have a fresh set of eyes who aren't familiar with any of this to like.
so is it a question of semantics then? Whether it's editing or testing? Because if they test something and they find something that doesn't make sense,
Then we
that's
won't know
their
about it.
input.
Right.
Yeah.
But we
So
don't.
I'm-
But we don't want to hear back that like they think that I don't know the wording is funny on all of it. It needs to be reworked, or that.
Well, yeah, you know, we could approach it that, look, we've spent a long time on this and we think it's perfect, but we would like a fresh set of eyes. So we're not saying we invite you to make edits to this. That we wouldn't do it that way, but to say, you know, just to have a set of eyes, a group of sets of eyes that have not been part of the creation process, look at it just to make sure that we're not missing anything or that nothing is,
I'm sorry, I don't agree.
okay.
ECA is here, the Chamber's here, EDIC is here. I mean, there was plenty of time for that kind of stuff. I
Okay.
think we want people testing it, but as far as feedback at this point, I think it's way too late.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that there's any constructive feedback that we would get from it.
Okay. So you want us to run it by them for testing then?
Really, yeah, I think just to make sure that the questions are clear, like that they're not. This doesn't make any sense to someone who.
Well, in that light then, is it possible to do a SurveyMonkey version that's only viewable by certain people?
Yeah, just put it on a different private link or, you know.
Why don't we do that so that they're really testing it?
Right, yeah, that's good.
Okay. So
Okay, well,
instead,
because that's not developed.
This, you can't, in other words, you can't just take this and plug it into SurveyMonkey because of the formatting of SurveyMonkey has actually been developed.
We haven't coded it. You know, every question has to be coded. You have to write the question, figure out there's, 15 different choices of how you want the question to be. Do you want short answer, long answer, numbers?
yeah, but we have to do that anyway, so
Sure, but we haven't done that yet.
maybe we should.
And we don't have the SurveyMonkey account. Whereas this, we could send out today, tomorrow, and
Okay.
get.
Can you just give them a paper survey to test?
Well, we could do the PDF then, and they could just look at it that way.
And we could ask them to then, after they've done this, to then, when the SurveyMonkey is developed, to test the SurveyMonkey for us.
Well, maybe we should wait then, because they're not really testing anything. See, that, if we're just having them look at a PDF or a paper version, then we're more asking for edits. I mean,
Let's say wait.
Okay.
I'd say,
SurveyMonkey is.
So let's wait.
yeah, okay.
And what's your timeline for the SurveyMonkey being? Are you doing that?
Well, so I can start the purchase order and get the account set up. And that'll take a week or two. Unless someone wants to do it through reimbursement, and we could get it set up quicker with the account. But
I think
before we do that,
That
we should
might be
still
reimbursed if we get.
we still need to get like
set up.
approval in advance from the mayor to make sure that you will get reimbursed for it, because I don't want you to pay for it out of pocket and then find out that we're not gonna get
Why
the
would we need
approval.
approval for
I
that?
thought we already had approval.
We have
I thought
budget?
so.
Because we can't purchase anything without the mayor's approval.
Even if we have the money?
We don't have, I mean, we have a budget,
Yeah.
but we need the mayor's approval for everything.
We purchased the website on our own, didn't we?
After we had the approval to do through the mayor.
I can probably do some of the legwork if, you guys cue me into what needs to get done.
Well, the mayor's approval is going to take
As far
like
as-
5 seconds.
Because he told me at Eastworks holiday party, he seemed very excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, he usually approves it, but it just, you know, I don't want you to go ahead and like
No.
spend your own money on this
No.
and then find out that like the mayor really would prefer that we use the existing account.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a quick phone call, right? Or
Well, it's,
trip upstairs.
it's setting up a purchase order with your name on it for the reimbursement for the cost of it, and then getting that approved.
Okay.
So,
Can we email him in the meantime and say, is this okay? We're gonna start the paperwork trail. Is this okay?
I think
this is the process.
So you don't want to do
the concept of that some other entity in town has a survey monkey, I don't think it has anything to do with our process. I don't think that should ever be mentioned in conjunction with what we're trying to do. It's just gonna cloud up
Agreed.
the process.
Yeah,
No one's mentioning anything. We're just asking the mayor for approval to spend the money that we have in our
Right,
budget.
it's a funds disbursement issue, so, and also if you do use like a credit card, you have to, it's a very specific process that I'd be happy to go over with you.
Right, well, it was reimbursed on the website.
Right.
Well, can you go ahead and start the process of getting the mayoral approval for the...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but it's a little bit quicker when we're reimbursing someone, because as soon as we get that approval, I'll get that, he like does these on Mondays or something like that, so next Tuesday when I come in, I'll have the approval or not.
Okay.
And then I can call you up and say, yeah, we got it, and then you can order it. Versus if we then have to generate a PO and get billed by SurveyMonkey,
Mm-hmm.
And then wait for
then
payroll,
now
yeah.
we may be 3 weeks from,
I'd be happy to do it if you let me know when to go ahead and do it.
yeah.
You sure? I mean, I can jump in and, you know, I'm not sure.
Well, he's already set up in the system,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
Yeah,
it
that'd
really
be
is.
faster.
Do you have an account already and everything?
With SurveyMonkey, we have the basic account already set up. We just need to bump it up to the paid version.
Right. Okay.
So once we do, then
Okay. Okay. You know, if you need help with it, you know, I can give you my contact information. you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So,
I've kind of moved us into the next section of discussing.
before we go forward, can we just, I think we should, I'm a little unclear about timelines for where we see this being published in the Gazette or the Summit, when we're opening the survey. Do we want to start to map that out? Press releases, ads, like all these things take time. And, you know, we're gonna need, I'm gonna need help on getting this done.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I think we could do a tentative timeline. If we think a week from today, we will have our survey monkey. And how long do we think it's going to take to put in? And then after that point, so we should allow for probably a week to have EDIC people test it for us. And then after that point, then we could go live. So back, once we figure out what that date is, then we go back from that to figure out how much lead time we need for the Gazette. Oh, okay,
we're looking at March.
how do you want to do it?
No, so we need a press release. We want ads. We need the survey in the Summit and the Survey Monkey.
Right.
Is that all of the pieces that we're doing? Or are we
No,
doing?
Kathy's doing,
Yeah, but I can do that, that's, yeah, that's,
Well, we should still put this in the, so Channel 5. What else do we have? Are we gonna do radio spots or?
well, and also we could coordinate drop boxes, which
Yeah.
isn't huge. Drop box at the council.
Printing?
I say nay on radio.
Okay.
One vote.
Well,
Actually,
I'm gonna back up on that. I don't think we need to purchase radio spots, because one, they're incredibly expensive, and two, that just seems silly, but we might wanna contact the River or or HMP and see if their announcer will just drop a, you know, like a promotional thing about it, like in the calendar of events or something like that. You like Monty Show, Chris Belmonte Show or whatever says, so, and by the way,
Yeah.
if you're not,
Yeah, if it doesn't cost us money.
that might not cost money. It might, and they might not be willing to do it, but I think it's worth a call.
But now that you've mentioned the calendars, what about Channel 48 and 22 that have postings for calendars?
I would say
I've done
Yeah,
that
but that's
before
an
with the store.
event, more of an event thing, right, Marianne? And this is
Sometimes,
really
yeah.
an event, let's call it. I don't know, I'm just throwing that out.
I mean, you
Turn
could,
it into
it
an
couldn't
event.
hurt. I mean, I think if there's just a submission, you can just send like a printing of the press release and they either put it in or they
But they
don't.
don't, yeah.
You could try that. It doesn't hurt to have that. I just never, I think I've seen those twice in 20 years. It's not
Maybe
like
what we should
Saturday
do is
morning.
target a date that we want this in the summit in March, and make sure it's not a date when a lot of people are on vacation or something like that, and then we can try to zoom in on what that date would be.
So March is usually spring break.
That's what I
No,
was
that's
thinking.
college spring break though.
College
It's not-
spring break.
But we may want to avoid that in case people are...
Well, we can look, I mean, the
Kids are
5
away.
college spring breaks are all the same time in the area,
Right.
so if we avoid that, whatever week it is.
But if you're March 1st, so spring break is like second week of March, third week of March, right? March 1st is still viable. And it's also after public school break, where people, families take vacations. So I think that's a good target timeline.
So March 1st sounds good.
Is that too soon, March 1st?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm gonna get accomplished.
It doesn't have to be, we don't have to rush it.
March 1st is a Friday.
So-
The summit, perfect.
Well, they need
Well,
at
Thursday.
least, and they need at least a week advance.
And if we were going to try to
There's a deadline.
create a buzz by having an ad ahead of time, maybe in February, then we'd have thinking that way, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
Okay, so spring
don't we want
break,
the ad, like,
Spring break
when it's
is
being
the-
distributed?
starting
All I was suggesting was...
So we're gonna have like
maybe
1 week before, like,
Yeah.
LocalWorks survey,
Look out for next week, next edition of the summit for our survey,
Yeah.
if that's something we want to do.
I kind of feel like if we're including this as an insert, putting an ad for in the previous week is kind of like we open the survey on SurveyMonkey and we put the ad in the newspaper at the same time, so that they're all at the same, starting at the same time, and then they're all ending at the same time. And then maybe if we're doing this for 6 weeks, then 3 weeks in, we put an ad in
As a reminder.
as a reminder that they can go to these locations to pick up the forms, or they can go to the survey to go to the website to fill it out. So I don't know the point to like, and then maybe we can get a press release in there. I don't know when we do the press release, like 3 weeks in as well, or 2 weeks in and 4 weeks in, or.
We don't have to rush it. If it's not March, it could be April. I mean, there's not...
Right.
I'd rather see it done nice than rushed. And there's a lot of moving parts, and we only meet every other week. February's a short month, so...
Let's make it April 1st then and get people all geared up for farmers markets and, I mean,
Right.
people spend
Springtime, people are excited.
When is school break in April?
the third week in April.
Okay.
So
Whatever Patriots
when
Day
is,
is.
well, when is Easter this year, I think is going to be the bigger question.
I think it's in March. Oh wait, Palm Sunday's March.
It's on a Sunday, right? Easter is on the 31st of March.
Palm Sunday's on a Sunday, right? I don't know. I think
Who's the guy that decides
Palm
that?
Thursday.
Have you ever met
I think
him?
it's Easter.
I think while I was down there,
Because I want to meet him.
Whiskers, or was that it?
Okay.
So April 1st is being tentatively pegged as the,
Well, so that Friday, the summit comes out on the Friday, which
Well,
is
it's in the
fifth.
paper on Thursday.
Okay, the 4th.
April
That's
4th.
April 4th is that Thursday.
4-4.
Okay.
There you go.
Thursday,
So start
4.
4, and we'll go, say 6 weeks in it. Is what we, I would say no more than 6 weeks. People think
I
that
agree.
they have 6 weeks, they'll,
It sounds long. Anybody else think it sounds long?
I mean, I think it's on the long.
No, I
I thought
think
we
you
should
wanna-
be at a month.
You want not that long?
No, I think 6 weeks is good personally, but,
I think so, I agree.
I mean, in the interest of collecting data, I'd rather have people late getting them in than just not
Not doing
doing it, because, oh, I missed that, oh, okay.
Well, but if we're only putting this in the summit once, you know,
Yeah,
if you get it and you put it aside,
You never see.
like, I mean, I feel like people are gonna do it right away,
yeah,
or we're not gonna see them from the paper versions.
yeah.
So saying 6 weeks on the paper version gives people the idea that they can put it aside. If it says like 2 weeks or 3 weeks on the paper version, then
Well, maybe it shouldn't say anything at all.
Yeah, I don't think it should say anything at all, it should just say, please turn this in as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And the survey.
well, we have to have a deadline on
You
it.
have to have a deadline because you're giving out, you're also giving.
Oh, that's true, the contest.
The raffle,
Yeah.
the contest, yeah.
Well, can we just say that raffle will take place, Memorial Day weekend, but just turn it in as soon as possible?
Oh, yeah, you could say the raffle will take place 6 weeks after the submission date, after the release date. Okay,
I mean, we don't have to close out the survey either, do we? I mean,
that's true.
if it's on SurveyMonkey, it's on SurveyMonkey.
Well, we want to have an end to it.
Well, yeah, we do want to have an end to it, but I'm just saying, like, maybe you can't win a prize because you missed that deadline.
Yeah.
You can still fill out, hi, I'm new in town, I'll fill out your thing. I don't know.
Well, we can discuss whether or not we want to have other types of surveys, but as far as this being a
We
deadline,
don't.
Oh, speak for yourself.
I'm really, excuse me, no, I'm really excited about the idea of offering that subscription to our members, though, the SurveyMonkey subscription, so they can use it.
right,
Yeah,
So
right.
I think that's cool.
okay.
Right,
So six
yes.
weeks. That's
Submit by,
I
Okay.
think you have to put that on here,
It's on the front.
right,
And I think you only need it once.
right. The deadline for submission and the contest is, whatever,
So it'll be
May
May.
15th or something.
Okay, so April
What's the
4th.
date? 1, 2, 3, 4.
May 15th.
Yeah, May 15th, or whatever week falls in
May
the,
16th. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. So, May 16th.
And in the notes, in the minutes, I am putting
Okay.
that we are pegging this, tentatively pegging it.
no,
Well, but what
this
if,
is what we're doing.
I know, but what if we find out that there's, okay.
Okay, the survey goes into the summit on 4/4. On the SurveyMonkey's 4/4. We want ads, do we want to do the ads or no? 3 weeks, 2 weeks in, 4 weeks in, press release.
Wouldn't hurt to remind people.
I think as a reminder, not as a.
I think press release is a great idea. I'd be
Yeah.
happy to write that.
Okay. And the press release should go in, when do we want the press released? Before the survey is released?
I think
or-
a week beforehand.
I think also we just do stuff online, that should go a long ways to, a lot of
I guess what
audience on
I-
Facebook and that kind of thing.
I feel like if we put out the information before and someone goes to the website, but we haven't
It's not
opened
ready.
it,
Right.
like,
Well,
That's
because
true.
then they're not reading. We want people, seriously, if we say,
yeah, but
if
people are
the
gonna.
press release says available April 4th.
Are you gonna remember
You might not.
a week later that, oh yeah, there was that survey I wanted to fill out?
Yeah.
but we can launch the SurveyMonkey before we launch the written, can't we?
Well, didn't we want to do it all at the same
We want
time?
to do it at the same
I
time.
thought we wanted to do it all at the same time. That was what,
Well, we can, but still, the
could.
website can be up and
that's true.
running, sorry.
Or we can just put on the website, like, survey, oh, oops, survey's not available for 2 more days, sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's a
Then they
good
won't
point.
You know what I
We
mean?
could have it available.
Right.
But actually, I was really thinking that the press release was mostly geared for the people who are going to be doing it in the summer, the hard copy in the summer.
Probably want it to be available by the time the press release comes out. Otherwise, people are gonna say that, LocalWorks doesn't have their stuff together.
Yeah, I would say, develop the SurveyMonkey and publish it, and then promote it. I mean, they're tied together, obviously, but I don't think they have to be chained together. I
So
don't know.
what if we say that the survey in the Gazette is for 4 weeks? and we open the Survey Monkey a week or two beforehand to coincide with a press release.
Sure.
Okay.
So we're still starting with 4-4, or are you going to push ahead?
I think still start at 4-4, I think.
We could conceivably have that Survey Monkey ready in a week after we get the account launched.
So if the press release is 444, then the Survey Monkey, it goes into the summit on
A week later,
the
4/11.
11th.
I forgot, was it a Friday or?
Is that
Thursday.
Thursday?
Okay.
So Survey Monkey 4-4, Summit 4/11.
And the press release will be 4/4. And then we can do ads. We could do like an ad or 2 sets of ads. We could run an ad every week in the Gazette, in the Summit.
If we run it more frequently, is there a discount?
Yes,
There is?
there's, if we do it for 13 weeks.
Oh.
Okay, no,
Okay,
7
never
weeks.
I think at least 2 reminders.
So the press release on the 4th, the survey goes on the 11th, then we have the 18th, an ad, and maybe the 25th.
How much are the ads affordable to do too?
50 to...
They range from $25 to $190.
Okay.
So depending on the size of the ad that we choose.
And are those ads just for the summit, or would they be in the Gazette as well?
I think this is just for the summit.
Okay, okay.
Okay, can we move on just slightly to, it kind of relates to this?
Okay.
As we're running a little low on time. As far as the website, I think it'd be great if we could have a bit more content on there, including some of our partner organizations having their own page by the time people start landing there. Just simple stuff. It's a matter of taking some content from existing pages like the ECA page or the Chamber page, hopefully after Josh meets with the Chamber. And also a reminder to anyone who wants an account to please email me with your username. So if it's Eric, if you want the Chamber to have an account, you should probably say, when you post, you might want to say Chamber, or maybe you want to say Eric Knight, I don't know. Think about that, how you want that set up. But if we get some content on there, I know the ECA has a login now. I think, Denise, you have one. Yeah. Marianne, you might want one. ECAT. We get some, just so that people land on the page to do the survey, somebody might click around a little bit, and if there's not much up there.
Makes sense. I did the same thing for our website. I put in
Put the plug.
calendars and this is when these committees meet for our committee, this committee.
You put that on ECAT? You mean?
I put in, I linked the LocalWorks website from the LocalWorks page to Channel 5.
Nice.
So if someone comes to watch this meeting, it'll be, LocalWorks website's here, click it, or for all the pages I put in when the meeting calendar is, because it's a little bit obscure the way it's done on the website, on the city website.
Okay. So, any other comments on the website?
I think so.
We need to maybe make a push to get other businesses or interested parties on there. And Mark, you said you're interested in volunteering. Maybe it's a possibility to, once we get maybe a package or some sort of little sheet together, or just the website alone, go into certain businesses or organizations and say, would you be interested in creating a page on our site? So that might be something to think about.
Actually, I think we probably need to have Mark be a member if he's going to be start doing that.
Right.
And did we say 3 meetings that we could? Okay.
Or 3 or 2? There was 2.
Right now our membership's limited to 7.
It is.
3, 4, 6. We have 6.
That was with the EDIC.
Oh, we have Sue Pepin Phillips. So that makes 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, there's 7 right here.
Are you a member?
Well, no, there's no
I'm not a
Well,
member.
but counting Mark, we
We're
have 7 right now.
We're missing Sue. I don't know if Sue's resigned. She hasn't been here in a while. So if she wants to,
Well, maybe.
because you're on the EDIC
Fill
now.
that, put that.
And who else is on the, you're,
No,
okay.
no, that's all it is.
And that's all that requires one member from the EDIC to sit on our
I
committee.
do think we should kick her, I mean, we should ask her. Should we?
No, I'm just saying, like, if she hasn't, maybe she's lost interest in it, or,
I think she said something about she was busy for
Yeah.
a while, but
I don't think she's lost interest. I think she's just not been.
she had some
able to
meetings.
attend. So it's limited to 7, huh?
unless the EDIC changes it.
Okay.
Which we could go back to the EDIC and say we want to have
8.
an 8-member on the committee. Can we have 8 members? And they'll probably say, sure, no problem.
Oh, they
Okay.
come up with 7.
It was good for numbers to, like,
Now, when you increase the number of people on
So
the
I can't
board,
provide my services yet.
right?
I can't remember all the very basics. Is there even one?
No, you
Yeah, I
can, I
think
mean,
you
it's just,
can.
you can.
You can. I will send a note to Mike asking that, asking if we can add an 8th member.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're interested in being a member?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, so should we move on to the cultural district? I think the only announcement is there's a meeting on the 1st, right?
Yes, the Massachusetts Cultural Council officials will be here, there's 4 of them, and we'll do a tour of the actual cultural district. Before that tour, there'll be a meeting upstairs with city folks, and the tour happens, then we have lunch, and then there's a meeting upstairs following the tour and lunch with the partners. So Burns is coordinating all that, and should be over in about 4 hours. And then they go back to Boston and they decide whether we get awarded the district or not.
And what was the date of that?
The 1st, it's
February 1st.
Friday.
Yeah, Burns had come into the store last week,
Yeah.
so I'm
And
excited.
Good.
We're both going on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And it's what's the official name of the Cultural Society, Massachusetts Cultural Society?
MCC.
Cultural Commission.
Cultural Commission.
Okay, so Kathy, is there any update on the Channel 5 situation?
No, we discussed it at some length last time, and Marion and I haven't gotten together. But
Connected.
what we were going to do is, we were going to do a sample, but then, you know, I've had the flu and she's been busy, so.
Okay. That's something that we could advertise on our website as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we could put a little widget on it so you could play it,
Hmm.
you know. That would be fun.
Like the little, so you're saying that people who make videos of their business.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm
Oh.
saying if people make, the concept was for people to make public service announcements, public service-based
Okay.
things that drop the name of their business. Because what we do, you know, we could then talk about from there, people could do their own little videos and we could put them on the LocalWorks website, but I just want to make that distinction.
But if they do their own videos, I thought in general it couldn't be a promotional.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
It's
That's
not a
what,
commercial advertisement.
right, not a commercial advertisement.
Non-commercial self-promotion.
Right.
But if, you know, Big E's can do, well, I mean, I should say that Big E's could do all kinds of commercial stuff and put it on the LocalWorks website. If they wanted to do a little video promoting themselves, and they could, in future-minded, not, we haven't,
I mean, I would think that if we're still to say in that same vein of like,
Just keep it there.
keep it non-commercial, keep it just non-commercial self-promotion, even though we're not soliciting funds, and we could, you know, go commercial. I think just for ease of everything, just follow the same
Well, for
guidelines. that-
You think that the LocalWorks website should be non-commercial based? So people wouldn't, businesses want to be able to promote their,
In the same way that they can promote it on ECAT.
they're two completely different set of rules. And anything that goes on the website there's no rules.
Right,
I mean, I can
saying
put
that there's-
commercials on my website, I can put commercials on programming that I show on my website, the Channel 5 website, but I can't put commercials on the air.
My feeling is unless we're gonna charge for it, and we're making some money from it, letting people get free advertising on our website it doesn't benefit us. You know, we're to benefit the businesses, and so non-commercial self-promotion is completely within the scope of what we're trying to do. But as soon as we cross that line to like commercial,
But we're not selling ad space for
I guess
creating
we're gonna have to
commercial
discuss
videos.
more about
We
what
will.
we envision people's content to be on our page.
I get your thoughts. Having continuity between what they see on TV and what they see on the web, have it all be the same.
Well, I think that, yeah, and it's not that it doesn't have merit either. I just think that you should do what you can do according to the rules. And, you know, this is a commerce, promoting commerce, local commerce, so
Right.
there's nothing wrong with shameless self-promotion. I mean, you can have a section, like it can be a video business directory that has nothing to do with Channel 5. It says, you know, I'm like super
Okay, but
guy and I own biggies and you should shop here and we're local and we do this and blah, blah, blah.
Is that a problem?
it is a problem, the way this was set up originally. It's a problem with the chamber. But I agree with Ben, for the sustainability of LocalWorks, we can't just give free advertising away. And, you know, maybe there is a program that we can set up where they are paying for something, but as far as the service that you're offering, I think it should be, you know, non-commercial, self-promotion, everybody's on an equal playing field.
Informational purposes.
So, I'm sorry, can you just bring the rest of us up to speed about what the agreement was with the chamber then? Just so we don't...
The Chamber's membership and the potential membership of this organization are very similar, and we need to be sensitive to a non-compete kind of thing.
Yeah,
So-
basically, that's the crux of it.
Yeah.
But the chamber
Because we're
isn't
going to be
doing
a better
that,
set.
right?
I'm sorry?
Is the chamber doing that?
Doing which?
You guys aren't doing video
It was-
widgets on your...
it's not about
No, no.
it was about, if I remember correctly, it was about charging a fee to be a member of this organization.
Right.
And raising money, so we could not basically have a membership fee.
Right.
I think we're going to have to table this and put this towards next meeting to discuss in more detail what
Yeah.
the nature of content will be. Because we don't want to, it's only a few minutes left. We need to determine the next meeting time.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just say one thing though? As an example, regardless of however it plays out, you could insert a little widget.
Mhm.
You know, like a Vimeo widget, and
Right.
just, and that would, I think that would be fresh and dynamic and
Because we don't
fun.
want to create problems, that's for sure.
No.
How soon will this video be up on ECAT? Because I want to go back and make sure I have the beginning of this discussion correctly.
Probably by tomorrow.
Okay. So there will be a slight delay in getting minutes out, because I want to make sure that I got all that right.
Okay, so let's just look at the calendar. We're looking at,
So it's the second and
2:30.
February
third
5th?
Tuesdays of every month.
Oh, it's not just the every other Tuesday.
No, second and
Second
third
and-
So
Tuesdays.
February
Second and
4th.
fourth.
Second and fourth.
February 12th.
Yeah. So,
I will have a press release out to you guys before then,
and I
for
will,
edits.
thank you. I will contact the EDIC, no, we're not sending them this, we're gonna wait till we get the survey up on the survey monkey.
Okay. I'm going to send out a test on that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will work on getting this survey monkey into our control,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and I'll work with you on that.
Okay.
Now, you know what, if you want, if you need help getting that put in, Mark might be able to help with that.
Okay.
Because it's going to be a fair amount of key entry.
information.
I have it, you left it with me. You're my,
I hope you don't mind me volunteering you, Mark.
Okay, great.
I have to paint my stairs. Just teasing.
Okay. I move to adjourn.
All right.
Second.
Photograph that.